Hey there, it's Master Jack D'Souza, 7th degree black belt, martial arts Advantage-Centerton. And I own and operate the school here. And I wanted to pass along the cost and value of martial arts. So many people always ask what the price, what the cost. And I wanted to relay, is it worth it or not? Okay, now, is it worth it? Emphatically, yes. I know what you're thinking, you're a school owner, you're going to say that. Let me explain, okay? First of all, you can spend money or you can invest money. When you invest in training, whether for your kids or for yourself, it's going to pay so many dividends back. First of all, let me give you some stories of past students. All right, we had one mom tell me her son, was the biggest bookworm in the world. They would just sit in the back seat of the car and just read all the time. No athletic ability at all. By the time that student actually finished with me, I think they went off to college, could jump in the air and do a split, could help me teach class well, and to adults. He was 17 by the time he left. Could spar in competitions against grown men. Was a really, really good athlete after. Could stretch, hold his palms right to the floor, could go into a split. This was a solid a kid that, just had no ability. I didn't say he had ability, but he just never pursued it, never saw himself as that. So how has his paradigm shifted? How has things changed now for that particular person? This is one of many stories. I've had oftentimes students come up to me and say, you're having me break a board on a test or do this and that, and I can't do it, and there's no way I can do it. They do their testing, pow, their board breaks. In fact, best part of the test, they come up to me later, I'm sorry. I said, you forgot about adrenaline, didn't you? So think of the lessons learned here. Think of the paradigm shifting. Most people think about this wide, their paradigm. I can only do this much. I'm this old, or I'm this young, or what do you want? He's just an average person. We shift it. We shift it. So there was a big craze in the 60s about self-esteem and building self-esteem. And we do that, and we're all for that, for confidence. But when you shift that paradigm, you're naturally going to build self-esteem. I think of it more that. Confidence is the end result of everything. So martial arts, we have tremendous focus on life skills. This is why the value is so worth it. We have all those old school values that still are successful over time, such as focus, discipline, positive attitude, perseverance. How many people quit things easy and early and were so close to succeeding and then they quit something? Leadership abilities and so much more. You're not getting this much in school unless you go to a really good private school. But what's that cost? Okay, a lot of people can't do that. Okay, unless you're going, you just don't, and you don't get that much from sports. You'll get some. But later on, like 8th grade, 9th grade, it's mostly just making the team and winning. And some of that's good, but you just don't get in those things. I'm not saying don't do sports. I'm not saying anything like that. But what I am saying is how much more you get out of martial arts. Can you do sports all your life? Are you going to play soccer all your life? Maybe. Martial arts, I'm 62. Still handsome and going strong. So, you can do martial arts all your life. It's the fountain of youth, by the way. So, black belt takes about 32 months on average at our school, on average. Sometimes 3 years, sometimes 2.5 years, roughly about 32 months. So, think of every day, day in and out, of winning habits your son or daughter or yourself is getting. All right, we earn stripes on our belt if we eat healthy. We earn stripes on our belt if we read books, and so on, so much more. I just had a young man tell me the whole Gettysburg Address, so he got American flag stripe on his belt. Imagine, memorizing that and telling me that. So this is like continuing education. Think of martial arts, and don't forget the self-defense benefit. So think of martial arts as continuing education, both physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all the different things that we work on with a person. We've had a lot of people. How many people I've counseled around purple belt or brown belt that said, I'm just going to quit, Master D. And I said, hang in there. Do this. Let me help you. Blah, blah, blah. And got their black belt. And no one has ever regretted getting their black belt. They're always so happy. And it'll follow you all your life for resumes. But is martial arts expensive? Yes, it can be. I mean, think of how expensive prep school can be. Think of how expensive your first year in college can be. All right, martial arts will help you, like a prep school, prepare for those things. You're looking at, in our school, about 32 months of training. You're looking at between about $8,000 and maybe $8,500. Now, before you faint and think that's a lot, really, it breaks down to about 200, 250, maybe up to 300, depending on programs and this and that you're in a month. All right. Now, that's if you're not going to a whole lot of tournaments. That's if if you go to 1 or 2 a year, we've worked in that cost. So, you're looking about that. Definitely, I would say under $9,000. The whole lifetime of the training. The 32, at least 32 months to first degree black belt. Okay, we have lots of students that go beyond, and the more beyond you go, better quality, even better, more chance of success in life, outside as well as inside the studio. But if you compare, some sports are cheaper, some are. Now, you might ask, okay, why is martial arts so, costs a lot more money than basketball or something like that? It's not because you need a lot of equipment, you don't, but learning and getting quality instructors just take a lot. We get a lot of education. I've gone to so many camps and so much training that I had to pay for. I mean, I've got as much training as a lawyer or a doctor. How many schools I've had to go, how much continuing education that I've had to do and invest in. So I know not only to teach your son or daughter technique, but when to push, when to back up a little bit, people skills, personal skills, this and that, and as a school doing that, and as a culture doing that. So, I mean, we're talking very professional coaching, and it's expensive. It takes a lot of investing in, and of course we have rents and quality mats and most schools. This is not only our school, but most schools are that way. That we don't want anybody. We jump a lot, so impact on mats. We want low impact, so we have good thick mats. We fall or do rolls or do different things. So, do a little of that, and so we want good quality mats. So yes, there's a lot of equipment. There's a lot of training, but you will find. In fact, I did another video on this, and I'll link it to this. That I asked so many black belts, and I'll constantly ask them, if I were to give you $1 million, not just your money back, but $1 million, would you trade in your training? Would you have known nothing? You'll be right where you were when you began. You have no knowledge of this. You have none of the friendships you get out of this. You have none of the self-defense training. None of it. It's all erased. I can go in, erase your memory bank, $1 million. They turned me down. I thought at least a few would go, $1 million. Yeah, I'll do $1 million. I thought they would. They turned me down. They go, nope, my training. And so many said, no price tag. No price tag. So what I'm getting at is this is a thing of quality. It's a thing of high quality. It's a training of quality. So yes, it's going to cost more, and expect that, and rejoice in that. Be happy in that. All right, because you're investing. I bet your child will pay you back someday down the road. You'll get awesome Christmas presents. Well, my son out earns me. I mean, he's black belt. He out earns me. Okay, I mean, you'll get great Christmas presents. You'll get, some may down the road they may help you in some way financially because they'll probably be capable of it because they have so many good habits and so many. If they stay with it. Now, if they train for 3 months, 6 months, they'll have some. But if they stay with it to black belt and beyond, you may end up getting that money back. All right. So something to think about. Love any questions and feedback that you might have. Thanks for watching this. I know this was a long video, but thanks for hearing us out on this, and I hope to see you in a uniform training soon. Thanks.